Hello students, welcome to Sri Vardhaman Vidyalaya Online Education. Today we will see the part 9 of an chapter 3 Metals and Non-Metals. So in this part we will discuss about the occurrence of the metal, extraction of the metals, so some of the methods that will be get metal. So first we will see the occurrence of a metal. So the earth crust is the major sources of metal. The seawater also contains some soluble salts such as sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, etc. The elements or the compounds which occur naturally in the earth crust are known as minerals. At some place, the minerals contain very high percentage of a particular metal and the metals can be profitably extracted from it. So these minerals are called as ore. So what are the sources of the metal? So the major sources of the metal is an earth crust. So in seawater also contains some soluble salts like sodium chloride and magnesium chloride. So what is mineral? The elements or the compounds which occur naturally in the earth crust, they are called as minerals. What is ore? At some place the minerals contain very high percentage of some particular metal. So this metal can be extracted from it. So this that minerals are called as an ore. Now, the extraction of metal. Some metals are found in the earth crust in the free state and some are found in the form of their compounds. So, the metals can be divided into three types. So, that is an least reactivity, top reactivity metal at the top reactivity series and at the middle one. So, first we will see the metal at the bottom of the activity series are the least reactive. So, they are often found in the free state. So, the metals that will be found at the bottom of an activity series that we have seen already. So, that is if you see that this one is an least one. So, just like in a gold and silver. So, they are always found in a free state. Some of the example are gold, silver, platinum, copper are found in free state. Next, the copper and silver are also found in the combined state as they are often a sulfide or oxide ore. The metal at the top of the activity series. So at the top, you can say most reactive elements like potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, and aluminum are so reactive. So they are never found in the nature as a free state. So these are not never found as a free state. Next, the metal in the middle of the reactivity activity series, that is zinc, Fe, lead, etc., are moderate reactive. They are found in the earth crust mainly as an oxide, sulfide, or a carbonate ore. So, ore of many metals are oxide. This is because the oxygen is very reactive element and is very it is present in a large amount on the earth. So, most of ores will be in an oxide form. So, here you can see an reactivity series. So here it is a potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum. So these are a highly reactivity, and zinc, ferrous, lead and copper, they are in a medium reactivity, and that is a gold and silver, they are in a less reactivity. So thus on the basis of the reactivity, we can group the metal into following three categories. First one, the metal of low reactivity, the metal of medium reactivity, and the metal of high reactivity. Different techniques are to be used for obtaining the metal falling in each category. So using a different technique, we can obtain the metals from this following categories. So that the three major steps involved in the extractions of metal from its ore are: first one, the concentration or enrichment of ore; second, the conversion of a concentrated ore into the crude metal; third, refining of an impure or a crude metal. So these are the major steps for the extraction of a metal. Now we will see the several steps are involved in the extraction of pure metal from the ore. So the summary is given by the steps. First one, the ore. So the concentration of an ore. So concentration of the ore will be divided into three depending upon the reactivity. That is the metal of high reactivity, metal of medium reactivity, and metal of low reactivity. So in the metal of high reactivity, so they will undergo the process of electrolysis of molten ore So during electrolysis, we can separate a pure and impure metal. So at last we'll get a pure metal. Next, in a metal of a medium reactivity, it will be undergoes two. Means it will be of two types of ore. One is the carbonate ore and second one is a sulfide ore. If the carbonate ore is present, so what happen? We will do the process of calcination. So calcination is nothing but that is in the presence of oxygen. What happens? They will be heat that and they will be converted into an oxide of metal. Same thing roasting. So these two processes will give an oxide of metal. After the oxide of metal, what happens? The reduction to the metals will be formed and the purifications of a metal will get. So these are the steps. So if the metal of a medium reactivity, if the carbonate ore is present, then we will do the process of calcination. So in the calcinations, they will give an oxide of metal. Same thing, if it is containing a sulfide ore, then we will do the process of roasting. In roasting also we'll get an oxide of metal. So from the oxide of metal, using a reductions, we'll get a metal, and last we will purify that metal. Next, the metal of low reactivity, the sulfide ore will present. So the roasting process will be done and the metal will get. So this metal is not in a pure form. So you have to pure that metal using in a refining. So these are the steps for the extraction of a pure metal from the ore. So first, concentration of an ore. So in the concentration of ore, the removal of an impurities such as soil, sand, stone, silicate, etc. from the mine ore is called as a concentration of an ore. So what is concentration of ore? You have to remove the impurities such as soil, sand. So you have to remove that impurity from the ore. So the ore which are mined often contain many impurities and these impurities are called as an gangue. So the ore is also containing some impurities when it is present in the mine. So that impurities are called as an gangue. First of all, the concentration is done to remove the impurities from the ore. So the concentration of ore is also known as an enrichment of ore. So the process of concentrations depend upon the physical and chemical properties of ore. So here there is a different method for the concentration of an ore. So first one is gravitational separation, electromagnetic separation, Froth flotation process, etc. are the some of the example of the process which are applied for the concentration of ore. So using this method, what you can say, we can remove the impurities. For example, electromagnetic separation. So in electromagnetic separations, what happens? The impurities of an ion particles will be present. So using an electromagnet, what happens? The magnet, the ion particles will be removed from this one. Second part, that is conversion of the conversion of a concentrated ore into pure crude metal. So in this one, the conversion of metal ore into oxide. So it is easy to obtain the metal from their oxide. So the ores that will be formed in the sulfide and carbonate are first converted to their oxide by the process of roasting and calcination. So the oxide of metal so obtained are converted into metal by the process of reductions. So in this process, the metal ore will be converted into an oxide. So by using a two method, we can we can convert the metal ore into oxide. One is a calcination, second one is a roasting. So the roasting, when the roasting will be done, if it is ore is found in the sulfide, we will do the process of roasting. If an ore will be found in the carbonate form, then we will do the calcination process. So what is roasting and what is calcination? So roasting, the heating of sulfide ore in the presence of excess air to convert them into oxide is known as a roasting. So in roasting, the ore is in a sulfide, so it will be heated in the presence of excess of air. So that we are calling as a roasting. So for example, zinc sulfide, it is an ore. We will heat in the presence of an oxygen. Then we will get an what zinc oxide plus SO2. Next, calcination, the heating of an carbonate ore in the limited supply of an air to convert them into oxide is known as a calcination. So in calcinations, we will do the same process, but the uh, the presence of an air is very limited. So using a less amount of an oxygen, we will heat. Then what happens? Then as carbonate ore will be converted into a zinc oxide. So here zinc carbonate when heated in the limited supply of an oxygen, what happens? The zinc oxide plus CO2 will be formed. After this process, what happens? We'll get an oxide metal. So this oxide metal will be turned into the metal. So that process is called as an reduction. So the heating of an oxide of metal to turn them into metal is known as an reduction. So these are the method how we can extract the metals. Now we will see the difference between the calcination and roasting. So calcination, it is done for the carbonate ore, and roasting, it is done for the sulfide ore. So in calcination, the carbonate ores are heated in the absence of oxygen. Absent means it is very limited supply of an oxygen. Sulfide ore are heated in the presence of an oxygen. So here calcination, the carbon dioxide gas is released and the metal oxide is obtained. So here the carbon dioxide gas is released, so and we'll get a metal oxide. So the zinc carbonate when heated, it will give a zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide. Here sulfur dioxide gas is released and the metal oxide is obtained. So here you can see that is an zinc sulfide will reacts with an oxygen. It will give zinc oxide and SO2 gas will be released. So hope you all are understood this one. So what is calcinations and what is roasting? Now in the next part we will discuss about the extraction of metals, that is in the middle of activity series and in a low activity series. Next one is a top activity series. Okay, thank you. We will meet in the next part of this session.